The North Gauteng High Court has granted the family of missing anti-apartheid activist Nokuthula Simelane a provisional order presuming her to be dead. The anti-apartheid activist Nokuthula Simelane disappeared 36 years ago. Simelane was allegedly abducted in the parking area of the Carlton Centre in Johannesburg. Her family believes she was murdered by former apartheid security police officers, although this is yet to be officially proven.
Now, this year marks 36 years since the anti-apartheid activist Nokuthula Simelane has disappeared. Her family has approached the North Gauteng High Court to actually seek an order to finally declare her death, as they're hoping for a closure. Now, the court has granted that particular order. So let's speak to the attorney for the family, and that is Mr. Harry Hotham, who can just Murray Hotham, who can just, outline the merits of the matter for us, on what grounds exactly the order was sought. Thank you so much for joining us. Just take us through the merits of the matter.
Okay. Well, the order has been sought on the basis that Nokuthula Simelane has not been seen by anybody since 1983. When she was last seen in the boot of the car of one of the security branch policemen who was interrogating her, in a very, very poor condition. She was manacled, wrists and ankles, and at that point she was seen in a car and never seen again on the Carltonville Road, and she had been abducted by the security branch. That much is common cause and is an established fact, at the Carlton Centre about 6 weeks before, and subjected to torture during that period of time, both at the Norwood police station in Johannesburg and at a farm in the Tabazimbi area from where she was taken for interrogation and torture. This was part of a cop dry operation which had been ordered by the security branch by Brigadiers Muller and Skoon, who were head of the security branch in the Johannesburg area. And the evidence of the guards, the security branch guards, who happened to have been black security branch policemen, is clear that she was severely tortured and in a very, very precarious medical condition by the time she was last seen, which is obviously when she'd been removed from the farm and she was being taken in the direction of Carltonville by the security branch officers. And so the black security branch officers describe torture, severe torture, in the form of punches, kicks, electrocution, and what I understand to be waterboarding, the use of the wet bag over the head to create the impression that one is dying, which of course, if one takes it too far, can lead to death, but that seems not to have happened. We're not sure exactly how she did die. And electrocution. So, and that she was in a very bad state, as I've said, and she was last seen shortly thereafter by one of the black security branch officers. And I think taken together, the fact that the security branch has said that she was returned to Swaziland, that the cop dry operation succeeded, that she was returned to Swaziland, that she returned of her own volition and in good health to Swaziland to rejoin Umkhonto weSizwe and to become an underground, a double agent in a sense, or a spy for the South African authorities. That story has never been confirmed, and it seems to be completely improbable in the light of the clear evidence that she had been severely injured.
Nokuthula didn't cower, so I'm not going to cower. I'm going to fight this to the end. Even if it means 4 decades going on. We're 36 years now. I'm ready for the 4th decade. But secondly, I'm disappointed at the state. I'm disappointed at the NPA that for 22 years that I could count without a stop, justice for Nokuthula has not been supported by bodies and institutions that are supposed in government to take care of that. And not only in the Nokuthula Simelane case, whether you talk Credok 4, whether you talk Malibane 4, whether you talk Steve Biko, names are endless. And all what we are saying is that we understand what were the needs of the struggle. They participated pursuing that. But it's the betrayal that I can't deal with of the state. That Nokuthula fought for, that can't stand by her today. That's the only problem that I have. I understood the apartheid government would have said any other thing, it never cared. But I expected the government of today, the Department of Justice, NPA, and DPP to lead the matter to finality. By the way, I'm standing in this court for the second time. I came here with a Credok 4 to force government to prosecute. Second time around to set aside the second priority that was supposed to be dealt with after the TRC. The state drafted other guidelines to say the TRC, let's give other guidelines so that these people could come. We came, those guidelines were set aside in this court of law. I think that's 8 years or so ago. I came with the Credok 4 wives. We set aside that. Even after that, state did not act. In 2015, I brought the state to book again in the Pretoria High Court to say you are compelled to act. It was only then, in 2016, that the case was put into the roll, and other delaying tactics came between 2016 to 2019. I've already, since being in court, lost one of the defendants.
Simelane family, they deserve justice. And we are here to support them. We view their daughter. I'm one of the daughters who can say and proudly say, I am what I am because of Nokuthula Simelane. She could have turned 59 years this year. When you look at 1983 until now, she was 23 by then. But we are saying, as the ANC Women's League, we are here, Comrade Tembi. We will be with the Simelane family. We have learned a lot, and we truly appreciate what they did to us to give the African National Congress Usis Nokuthula Simelane. And these young girls are representing her. They are called Nokuthula Simelane volunteers. They see themselves as freedom fighters. They see themselves as leaders who are taking baton, of course, from us as elders in the ANC Women's League, but they have learned a lot from the Simelane family, and to other families we are saying we want justice.
There, Myoho Matuba just also emphasizing the kind of support that the party will rather continue to give the family. And one can't stress this enough, that after 3 decades of just looking for one's loved one, perhaps closure and justice is not even something that should be negotiable. For now, let's give it back to you in studio.
We're going to go for a quick